Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Inside of today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the most underrated brawlers currently inside of Brawl Stars. So let me know down in the comment section below what content you want to see from me. Trying to up my game a little bit in the next few days. So yeah, let me know all of the good content that you want to see in the future. So before we get into today's video, make sure you're using a create code in the shop. Mine would be greatly appreciated. And without further ado, let's jump into today's video. All right, guys, so jumping into the fifth most underrated brawler inside of the meta at the moment, I'm going to go ahead and say it's Buzz. So I had to cut out the first 30 seconds of his game because my Elgato was still playing up, even though I've got a new Elgato. I think it actually might be my iPad at this point, so that's a big rip from me. But yeah, Buzz, I still feel like is a really underrated brawler in the meta. So whenever I play we play Buzz in competitive or whatever else, I feel like we have such a high win rate. Even if you have like triple counters sometimes, I feel like Buzz just still has such a big impact on the field because you can just get some amazing stuns, and especially if you have this star power that gives you extra range, you're going to be able to cycle your stuns so easily. I really do like Buzz in this meta, and as I said, I feel like people are still sleeping on him. Even when you face off against your counters, you're still going to have a good time with Buzz. So I'm just going to stun this anyway, and you can just have so much versatility with his gadget and whatever else. I'm getting close to my super again. Rico actually does do a good job on us, but I'm really close to my super, and especially when they respawn as well, you still get that little charging as well. Unfortunately, don't get the stun long enough to kill them, but yeah, we're literally using Buzz everywhere at the moment. Teams are having to ban Buzz constantly because of how strong he is, and I just feel like, again, like people are still sleeping on it. I think the only game mode which you can't really use Buzz on, well, like in general, is Power League, because I feel like obviously if you pick like an assassin brawler, you're gonna get countered a little bit easily, but as a last pick, Buzz still really strong, and in the right hands you can get some really nice play. So I'm still going to use my hook onto this Ems, even though it's not a stun. I should be able to confirm the kill, so nice there. I'm going to use my gadgets trying to get on the Rico. This Mortis, I have no idea what he's doing. He does manage to score in the end, but yeah, Buzz being slept on still in the community. I think he's probably top 3 in the meta, if not the best brawler in the game. Absolutely insane currently inside of Brawl Stars. So that's going to be the 5th most underrated brawler right now. Let's hop into number 4. All right, guys, so jumping into the 4th most underrated brawler currently inside of Brawl Stars, we have 8-Bit. So 8-Bit, within the last few months, I've never really seen at all inside of competitive. I think he's slowly coming back because of the likes of Byron and a bunch of healer comps. There's a lot of aggro brawlers right now in the meta, and I feel like 8-Bit is a good counterpart to that. So if it's not like Bell in play, or in like Power League, for example, if Bell is banned, like 8-Bit can be a really strong mid, especially on the really defensive maps, and especially as a gem carrier inside of gem grab. I feel like he's really underappreciated because he's got really good range, he's got good consistent damage, really versatile super, and yeah, I just think he's being slept on. Like Byron as well, being creeping up in the meta. That Byron 8-Bit synergy, always really strong, but right now I think it's one of the strongest it's been, except for when Byron was released. I think that was really strong, but still right now I think it's really strong inside of the meta. So I'm going to put my turret over here. Got to be kind of careful with Barley. Obviously can take down the turret pretty easily, but yeah, as I was saying, like in competitive, we're using him quite a fair bit, especially like a lot of teams do ban that Bell. I think that's the only reason I will not be using 8-Bit. Also Brock as well. Brock can be a decent counter to 8-Bit, but yeah, like the biggest pain by far is definitely Bell, because a lot of times Bell will just shoot you once, he'll like ricochet off your turret, and it can get pretty awkward. So if all things were said and done, like Bell wasn't even in the game, I feel like 8-Bit would actually be like easily like getting close to like the top 5 brawlers. Is still really strong inside of a game for sure. So yeah, not much really more to say about 8-Bit. I think if you just watch competitive, you probably slowly see people use him. I'm trying to think of like the maps that we mainly use him on. I think like Ring of Fire, we brought him out on a few times. We brought him out on Minecraft Madness as well, which is kind of crazy because normally 8-Bit kind of just gets destroyed by the minecarts, but just because of how good the synergy is with Byron being seen, him being used there, I think we used him on Safe Zone as well because Bell was banned, and like 8-Bit should really beat a Piper mid. Maybe not in the first interactions, but once you get a turret, I think 8-Bit definitely does win that fight. Okay, 30 seconds left. I mean, I've not really done anything this game. I've just been vibing, talking about why I think 8-Bit is being slept on. But hopefully we can come out with a dub. We see this Mortis going for the ball here. Should be able to get some good chains on. That's a good kill from him there. Unfortunately, when I'm away from my turret, I'm probably going to get taken down a little bit too easily. And also as well, in qualifiers. We used 8-bit a lot with Brock because Brock's damage was insane right before the nerf. We used that little damage booster, and then Brock used to basically like 2-tap every single brawler inside of a game. We're probably gonna lose here, unfortunately, but who really cares? We're just playing a bit of fun on ladders. So that's gonna be the 4th most underrated. Let's hop into number 3. All right, guys, so jumping into the 3rd most underrated brawler inside of the current meta, we have Edgar. So Edgar, I think a few months ago, I was saying that Edgar was one of the most overrated brawlers inside of Brawl Stars, but I think right now, Edgar is really being slept on, but you've seen him used again. I'll keep using reference to competitive because I feel like that's a good, like, ballpark move. I don't even know what the word is for that. I completely butchered that saying. I don't even know what to say in that regard, but you get what I mean. So, like, in terms of competitive, you can kind of see what is meta and whatever else. And in NA as well, it was being used a little bit in EU, but especially in NA, they're using Edgar in like so many different maps and places and scenarios, and it's kind of crazy to see because I've not seen Edgar meta in such a long time. And I think the reason again is because of the little small buff. He just absolutely wrecks people. It's really hard to kill an Edgar, especially if you don't obviously prepare for it. For example, if you don't have like the ammo to prepare for it, if you don't have like a brawler next to you that has like a knockback or a stun or something like that, it can be really painful to deal with an Edgar. And for the majority of the part, like, you have to pinch out an Edgar. Like, you need more than one person to deal well with him. You can just see here, I'm just absolutely wrecking these guys, just jumping on them really easily. I just know that they haven't got the damage or the reloads to really take me down, and it's just easy like that. So especially as well in the meta, say on maps which have a lot of like Rico and Barley and Sandy, brawlers that don't have like really good immediate damage, Edgar's been even more meta, and I've seen him played so much in the monthly finals this weekend. So I think Edgar is in a really good place in the meta. People might start taking him seriously. So that's going to be the 3rd most underrated. Let's hop into number 2. All right, guys, so moving on to the 2nd most underrated brawler currently inside of the meta, we have Shelly. And no, this is not a meme. I feel like people are really sleeping on this clay pigeons buff. Honestly, I played Power League today on Twitch, and you guys that have watched it, shout out to you guys, but you probably seen on Bridge Too Far. Honestly, like, the Shelly on one of the lanes was actually insane. I was like laughing. I was saying, like, why have I picked Shelly on this map? And then Shelly was just absolutely destroying me on lane because of clay pigeons. I feel like, honestly, people really are sleeping on this gadget. It could be really insane, especially on the longer range maps. You can two-shot a lot of those brawlers at a long distance. You can get like 2.1k shots sometimes, and especially if you conserve your ammo and pick people off at the right time, Shelly can actually be an okay brawler. So maybe she's not as bad as it all seems. Maybe it's just going to take a little while for people to realize that she's actually pretty decent in the meta. So unfortunately, we're not going to be able to save this unless Mortis is able to get over it in time. Okay, oh, he super kicks it away. Don't think that's going to be enough time to buy us to save this, unfortunately, but yeah, especially again, brawlers like Buzz and Mortis inside of the meta, it makes obviously anti-tank brawlers even stronger. So hopefully this Mortis doesn't break their ankles. I should be able to get super in time. Maybe I'm able to kill the Frank. Okay, I'm close to my bandit, not able to get that in time. But yeah, I'm just trying to think other scenarios that Shelly's really good in. I think Showdown, she's been used quite a fair bit as well, just because of its gadget. Unfortunately, I can't really showcase Shelly how I really want to on randoms ladder, especially when I'm super kicking it to that Tara. Maybe we're able to get this out in time. It's an absolute carnage. So I'm just going to use clay pigeons here, see if I can do a lot of damage to this Frank. 840 damage, which is quite a fair bit. Okay, it does run out in time for me to get damage. I've not really used Shelly too much, but every time I do see it being played, I think I do see some good results. So definitely one to watch out for. Should be able to kill this Frank in time. Close to super as well. Okay, that Tara pet just completely wrecks me. That's one big counter to Shelly for sure, especially like spawners. That's one of the main reasons why she can't really be like at the top of the meta, but definitely I would say slowly creeping it up, especially if you can get that true value with the clay pigeons. We should be able to save this in time. Nice. That Frank looking for a wall break. I'm just going to pop clay pigeons now. You can see here. So that's like 5k damage nearly at long range, which is kind of insane for a Shelly. Never thought I'd see Shelly be able to do that much damage at long range, but we're going to be losing this game again. So not really showing, maybe these brawlers aren't underrated. Maybe they're just straight up trash, but anyways, that's going to be the 3rd most underrated brawler inside of Brawl Stars. Second actually. Let's hop into number 1. All right, guys, so jumping into the most underrated brawler currently inside of Brawl Stars, probably guessed by the thumbnail already. it is a Byron. So Byron right now, I absolutely love him in this meta. He is so strong in the right hands. You can pretty much put him in every single composition. I feel like for such a long time he wasn't really close to the meta, and people are finally starting to realize how strong he is. He's basically usable on like every single map and every single composition right now, and truly I don't really understand like why this big switch in the meta has happened. Like, I'm seeing him used everywhere right now. I think probably one of the main reasons for it is maybe like the max combos, like longer range brawlers just kind of went out of the meta with obviously how speedy Max is. Max obviously countering all of those brawlers, and Byron as well, synergizing like really well with brawlers like Pam, like 8-Bit. It's just really good synergy, just everything in general, to be honest. Just like healing up your lane brawlers just a few times can obviously win their battle. And obviously a good Byron can really make a big impact on the field, as you've probably seen at the weekend. I do love my Byron plays for sure. I think we're probably going to get destroyed here. Not really expecting us to defend this. Shelly super in on our face. Hopefully Mortis is able to clean up. No, he's not. We're going to be able to concede, but that's fair enough. So also as well, like the melee star power, I do actually use a lot when I know for sure that I'm going to be facing like a Byron Pam, because for the most part you can just splash the enemy Pam or just a brawler that's getting healed, and they're not going to be getting healed at all. It's going to be so easy to take them down. So even in like their just general healing for I believe like at least like 4 or 5 seconds just get ruined and gets down to like 75%. So they'll only be healing like for 100 per second. Somehow we're able to score that in. But yeah, I think Byron right now still the most underrated brawler in the meta. People still sleeping on how strong he is. If I was you in Power League, I'll be picking him pretty much everywhere just because of how strong he is in the right hands. He's going to be really insane right now. So that's going to be the most underrated brawlers in the meta. Let me know who you think are the most underrated brawlers. The brawlers that you think that are still super strong and people just don't talk about nowhere near as enough. But yeah, that's going to be it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you all next time.